as he did yesterday. He hasn't got quite a good jump. It's Rico Salmela.
Yeah, Salmela's got the run. He's neck and neck with Carpe. Morelli looks to slot into third potentially. Uriarte, yesterday's winner, in fourth. He's been working on that with his mentor Aki Ayo, as we see Morelli goes through, nursed Rico out the way, who looks to go a bit wide there, and succumbing to the
season that's gone up and down, up and down. He started off with victory in the first race. There is yesterday's winner, 51. Brian Uriarte there, fourth or fifth place. You're on board now with Brian Uriarte.
As they send it through Rushkenhook up to the GT chicane. Such a famous ribbon of asphalt we've had, and this will be a stonking race here as they come across the line the first time of asking.
Rico Salmela on the 27.
What about Valentin Peroni though, the 73 yesterday? Another podium finish for him. He won the second race back in Mugello.
Quickest, and then the run back to the start and finish. Also, you get up into sixth gear.
An impressive start to the race from Dodo Boggio. Said keep an eye on him. He's only lost one place from where he started on the grid so far. He was in sixth place. This is good stuff from the Italian. He's had a rotten run of luck this season and crossed both Junior GP and here, but could this be the place that he turns it around?
He's opened up a couple of bike lengths lead. He doesn't want to see the Argentine take a stronger lead than that.
No, there he goes, absolutely. I mean, while we've been talking, sort of, you can miss the fact that Morelli 144.5 is just a bit slower than what they were putting in qualifying already.
And that no one had a lead like that yesterday, did we? We had a couple of bike lengths lead.
Here for the moment in 8th place.
He said he missed the gear on that final lap yesterday. That really spoilt his chances of getting on the podium.
Ooh,
and then of course he had skill or luck that you saved that. A bit of skill and a bit of luck, he admitted. Right, you're on looking back now at the 51 of Brian Uriarte. And there is Marco Morelli still with the advantage. It's diminished a little bit, but it's still pretty handy, isn't it?
Yeah, a good few bike lengths, but how much do they close in on him there at Holger Heide? Short-lived.
Yeah, that's right. You can see Moodley still there back in sixth place. As he said, he refuses to let himself get kicked down the order as it happened yesterday when he was pushed back to 10th. In fact, Salmela and Moodley, Pratama behind them. Pace is strong, and at the moment it's a sort of a top six. Moodley and the end of that top six, they've got away from Hakim Danish and Veda Pratama.
I think I've got a reason
one quicker if he had passed Alvaro Carpi, who was the major leader yesterday, but he said he didn't really want to show them. Oh, and somebody's off in the dirt.
Oh, that's Guillaume Plonk in the background, number 20. So they weren't no one was doing a low 144 yesterday, basically. So the fastest lap, Salmela, 143.9. This is why it's being strung out, Peter. It doesn't drilling the pace.
Yeah, and Moodley is at the back of that group there and just looking at having a bit of a struggle to hang on at the moment. Let's hope he can do it. He's really they've lost the slipstream that far back. This is the second place, and it's led by Hakim Danish, the Malaysian, on the number 13.
Oh, that was Veda Pratama cutting off the front of... That was poop me sometimes.
Right. And it's Argentina that leads 1 and 2, Morelli and Peroni.
This is really impressive from all these riders. They have stepped it up. Thompson, Christian Daniel Jr., Giulio Pugliese, Leonardo Zanni, Dodo Boggio, and Hakim Danish. Can they chase the leaders down? Can they live with that sort of pace? I'm not...
Track temperature is cooler. The wind direction is a little bit different. And I think somebody pulled the strip off there, off their radiator. You just saw a day glow thing wafting around, but that has a tape attached to it that the riders can pull off if they see the engine temperature is rising. And I think that's what one of them did. Didn't see who it was, but in this lead pack somebody did that. Just
reeled in by a chasing pack in the second half of the race. However, that normally requires there to be a real one of the championship front runners to be in that chasing group. I think Hakim Danish is certainly a rider to keep an eye.
As we say, the pace is hotter now. I just wonder how it's going to shape out.
A battle for the final point between Guillaume Plonk and Sullivan Mounsey. There's the way down to Rocco Sessler in 24th.
So there is still the leader, and he's pretty much led all the way, hasn't he, Morelli? Really, Uriarte and Moodley.
You know, Ruche Moodley was speaking to TNT Sports from the UK as they were doing a new feature on the Born Racers doc. Ruche said,
now on TNT in the UK, it's viewable in America as well, and it's going to more and more countries. So please take a look at the Red Bull Rookies website and Spielberg when we come back racing again.
And although, full disclosure, we're paid to commentate, it is one of the best series I've ever watched on motorcycle racing. I've never seen such
back as he did before, so he's going to grit his teeth and get back on terms. And Uriarte surely has got the pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, you would certainly think so, wouldn't you? But that's quite a big gap that's opened up.
Just gone past half distance. There's Uriarte, he's got past Ruche, and he'll have his head down because he knows he can't really let this fall, because these four are not mucking each other up, are they?
No,
they're not being silly about it, more or less.
And I think it says a lot. The last time around, Morelli was actually the fastest. I will be loving to speak to them after the race to find out what really went on, because pounding it out there and just basically saying, lads, if you want to win that race, you got to live with me, because I'm going for it from the get.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? So right. So now the touch screen says his own fastest lap of the race so far for Carpe last time. When they come round this time, let's see who's setting the pace.
There's only two-time winners so far this year. It's Brian Uriarte, of course, got his second victory of the year winner so far this season.
That's right.
Same goes for Carpe and Peroni, mind you. 5
different winners in the first 7 races. So it is still Marco Morelli that leads quite handsome way. They are holding anything in reserve. If they can't keep in terms with this leading quartet, it's because they're absolutely maxed out. He's got his head down now. He's going to get back on terms if he can.
I'm being cautious about what I say, because I don't want to scare him away.
Yeah, that's right. But you know how to turn your weekend around, and this is a slow-mo of that beautiful stuff, isn't it? As you say, you know, the contrasting.
Who seemed to, the Argentinians just cutting the chicane there. Won't spoil it, but that did decide part of the result in MotoGP earlier on, so you have to watch that as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Just going to take stock of what's happening in the chasing group. You got Leonardo Nish, Ramersdorf down to 14th spot. And
Morelli has a track limits warning. Now, I'm, to be honest, as you say, apart from the fact that the chicane on the last lap,
Brian Uriarte was watching Carpe all race long, figuring out what he was doing through the right and left-handers coming up right now to make sure he outfoxed him onto the final lap.
What gear they're running in, do we? You know, whether they're using the 6th or they're using 5th. As I said, and he's got on the back, hasn't he? Brian has got on the tail of them now.
He's caught
now,
him,
yes. This is what we want to see. This is what's going to make it really exciting now. Surely he's got back onto the turns, an all-time lap record. That's what it's taken to reel in these guys. But now, yesterday's win.
GP doing a bit of grass tracking there. Then he had a big front end tuck, which he managed to save through sheer luck and a bit of skill, as he would attest. But here he is in 4th place then. We already had a... Is Carpe being, though, although what about Uriarte, who just sneaks up the inside of Rico Salmela? That was just brilliant.
What a great shot from the onboard there. Just saw Rico.
That's not what it really is at the moment, depending on the race result, but Carpe cannot let his countrymen get any more points on him heading into this second half of the season. We're past the halfway point yesterday of the year.
And you know, again, touch wood, these guys are not up for making mistakes. Carpe and you know, Uriarte are superb, as is Peroni. It's only been Morelli who's made a couple of mistakes.
Ia yang memiliki peluang juara pada balapan kali ini mengatakan, kurang beruntung, setelah tersenggol pembalap lain yang membuatnya melebar dan terlempar ke posisi ke-10 pada tikungan pertama lap terakhir saat ia sedang memimpin balapan untuk meraih kemenangan perdananya. Veda yang tampil impresif selama balapan tak menyerah hingga kemudian posisi kelima ia amankan untuk meraih 11 poin yang merupakan torehan tertingginya sejauh ini. Saya senang dengan balapan hari ini, namun saya kurang beruntung, kata Veda, dilansir dari laman resmi Red Bull Rookies Cup. Di tikungan pertama pada lap terakhir, seseorang menabrak saya dan saya terdorong keluar, namun saya beruntung karena tidak terjatuh, lanjutnya. Saya berusaha keras di lap terakhir itu dan finish di posisi kelima, jadi saya senang dengan itu, tambahnya. Pembalap asal Gunung Kidul, Daerah Istimewa Yogyakarta itu mengatakan setelan motornya masih belum sempurna pada balapan kali ini. Pembalap asal Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama kembali menunjukkan potensinya di ajang Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024. Pembalap muda Indonesia berhasil menempati posisi ke-8 klasemen sementara dengan total 39 poin. Meski masih tertinggal 71 poin dari pemuncak klasemen, Veda memiliki peluang untuk memperbaiki posisinya di seri-seri selanjutnya. Posisi ke-8 bukanlah hasil yang buruk bagi Veda, mengingat dia merupakan pendatang baru di Red Bull Rookies Cup. Kemampuannya untuk beradaptasi dengan cepat dan bersaing dengan pembalap-pembalap terbaik dunia menunjukkan potensi besar yang dimilikinya. Seri Asen yang akan datang menjadi peluang bagi Veda untuk kembali menunjukkan performa terbaiknya dan bahkan meraih podium. Veda memiliki kemampuan dan tekad yang kuat untuk bersaing di papan atas. Meski peluang Veda untuk meraih podium di Asen terbilang cukup berat, bukan berarti hal itu tidak mungkin. Apalagi jika melihat performa Veda di seri-seri sebelumnya. Pembalap muda Veda Ega Pratama jadi satu-satunya perwakilan pembalap Indonesia yang mengikuti kejuaraan Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024. Pembalap muda Indonesia, Veda Ega Pratama tidak takut bertarung di baris depan. Ia harus cepat adaptasi dengan motor KTM RC 125 yang beda karakter dari Honda NSF 250R yang dipakai di Asia Talent Cup. Hingga race Red Bull Rookies Cup yang telah berlangsung, Veda Ega Pratama berhasil mengumpulkan lebih dari 30 poin. Namun begitu, pembalap kelahiran 23 November 2008 itu masih kalah dari pendahulunya. Dalam 6 race terakhir ada 2 pembalap Indonesia yang jadi perwakilan di Red Bull Rookies Cup. Mereka adalah Mario Suryo Aji dan Fadilah Ardi Aditama. Mario Suryo Aji atau Mario Aji turun pada musim 2020 dan 2021. Sedangkan Ardi Aditama musim 2022 dan 2023. Dari 2020 hingga sekarang, Mario Aji masih jadi pembalap Indonesia yang berhasil finish terdepan di kejuaraan Red Bull Rookies Cup. Pembalap muda Indonesia Veda Ega Pratama semakin berkembang pada musim debutnya di Red Bull Rookies Cup 2024 setelah ia finish posisi kelima pada seri ketiga race 1 di sirkuit Mugello, Italia, Sabtu. Finish posisi kelima merupakan finish tertinggi Veda sejauh ini setelah catatan terbaik sebelumnya adalah finish posisi ketujuh pada seri kedua race 2 di sirkuit Le Mans, 3 pekan lalu. Memulai balapan dari posisi ketujuh, pembalap 15 tahun itu selalu meramaikan posisi 4 besar pada 2 lap pertama bersama 3 pembalap Spanyol Alvaro Charpe, Máximo Quiles, dan Brian Uriarte. Dengan sesekali ia mencicipi posisi kedua.